What is going on? It is another day, another beautiful day actually. The sun is shining and we are heading to the gym. Although, today we are in a bit of a crunch because I have a wedding to be at, but I still need to hit chest. So, we got a time limit today, which normally isn't ideal, but you got to make do with what you got. So, we got about an hour. Well, I don't know. I got to do some math. Also, I did not secure my tripod, so it's probably going to crash, which is fantastic, but we'll just deal with it. Anyway, so I got to leave for this wedding at 2, and it's 11:45 currently, so I'll probably get to the gym around 12. I got to warm up. Also, I'm really glowing right now, which looks kind of cool, but I'm getting distracted. Oh, stay focused. Okay, so get to the gym around noon, warm up. It's probably 10 minutes right there. Get started with chest. We're going to start on the incline machine bench. You know, normally I might try to mix it up, throw in some new stuff, experiment, find some different ways to hit the chest, but we got to go back to the basics. We got to go to what we know works. And we're going to get a great workout in a short amount of time. Now, ideally, and I think this goes for everyone, we wouldn't have a time constraint at the gym. I like to have, a good 2 hours open to get everything done, so I don't feel like I'm rushed, so I don't feel like I'm checking my clock all the time. But these things just happen, man. This is life. It's not my wedding, by the way. It's a friend's wedding, so definitely have to be there. But I also need to hit chest. So I did want to try something new, but I'm just gonna wait until I have more time. I really like hitting my rear delts at the beginning of my back day because it warms up my shoulders, kind of gets a little bit of blood into my back, and it feels really nice before going into back. So I wanted to try doing that today with lateral delts and chest because, as you know, I hit side delts on my chest day. So in theory, side delts wouldn't take anything away from chest. They would just warm up my chest, they'd warm up. They wouldn't warm up my chest. They'd warm up my shoulders, so they'd feel really good for presses. So I might throw a couple side raises in there. Oh, okay, we almost lost it, but we're good. But we're just gonna hit chest first, get a nasty pump, and then, which I should be able to get done in about half an hour, ideally. And then I'll just hit my 8 sets of side delts at the end. Just gonna spam one movement. I just spit everywhere. Sorry. I'm just gonna spam one movement, probably standing side raises. Just get a good squeeze, get a good contraction, fill them up with blood, exhaust them. You know the deal. Nothing crazy, but yeah. I'm going to focus because I am frazzled beyond belief right now. I'm just trying to make it to the gym so I can get this workout in. And my brain, there's nothing going on in here, which is the case 99% of the time. 1% of the time I have something in there is when I turn the camera on, but that's not always a guarantee. So with that being said, I'll just see you guys inside the gym. What's up? I hope you guys are ready for another chest day. Starting off today, we're doing the incline machine bench. This is honestly just a classic for me at this point. If you expect anything else, then I don't know who you think I am, because I'm just attracted to this machine for whatever reason. Actually, it's not for whatever reason. It's mainly just based off of how the machine moves, and I'm just really connecting with it right now. The way the handles go further out at the bottom and then squeeze in at the top, it kind of mimics like a dumbbell motion almost, but in a bench press type machine. So I really like doing this. I want to move on to some dumbbells, but I'd rather do those when I'm bulking and I'm a little bit stronger. And right now, I'm just really connecting with these. And I think if something's working for you, then why would you move on to something else? And I can still push this relatively heavy. And at this point in my mini cut, my strength isn't very high. So dumbbell bench can be pretty demoralizing, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes, like, it's good to work on your weaknesses, but with dumbbell bench especially, it's very fatiguing on my chest when I'm not in an off season. So, whereas this is not. So, if I can get more weight out of this and get a good pump and a good squeeze, I'm going to go with this one. And the dumbbells are especially something that I struggle to connect with. So, which is a reason why I want to implement them more once I go into the off season. But for now, we'll just stick with this incline machine bench. Now, moving on, I'm switching it up a little bit and going into a fly right after a press, just to get a little bit more blood into my chest before I move on to my second press. Now, looking back at this footage, my left shoulder is it looks like it's coming forward a little bit. And honestly, I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the pec deck in my program for very much longer. I don't know why, but this pec deck just doesn't feel amazing to me. And I could be doing it wrong. And I might have had the seat up too high. So I might give it one more go, might lower the seat and see if I can get a little bit better of a connection with my chest. But on the last set here, this is the tail end, and I sped up the reps a little bit. But throughout the other sets, I was really trying to go stay focused and controlled, really squeezing at the top and then stretching at the bottom before moving on to this machine chest press here. I haven't really been doing too many free weights lately. I just really like machines, and I don't think there's anything wrong with free weights, but I always preach do what feels good. It is important to do the things that don't, as I've just previously mentioned, but I was on a time crunch and I just needed to use the machines that I knew were going to work, and today was not the day for experimenting, which is totally fine. If you have days where you just need to get a workout in and you were going to try something new, maybe you were going to try to work on a lift, just save it for another day. Don't rush it. Don't stress yourself out. Just stick to what works. And here we're just getting some partials out for the last set of chest. This was a very fast chest workout, and as you can see, we're already done, and we're moving on to some dumbbell flies. We're just gonna rush through these 8 sets here, doing the same thing over and over again. I started with the 40s and then kind of worked my way down. I did the 35s, and then I think I ended with the 25s, but as you can see, not too many movements in this workout, but you will see with the pump that it definitely did not lack in its effect for sure. So the name of the game today was get in and get out, but get the best workout possible. And just to stay focused and on track, there was really no time to dawdle, no time to talk. It was just all business, which honestly, sometimes that's my favorite form of lifting, just getting in and getting out. Sometimes it's easy to get distracted with life. You're scrolling through your phone, you're trying to find the perfect song for the next set. But as you can see, we're all done. We are now in the posing room, checking out the pump. And today's pump was actually pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie, as the shirt comes off here. Chest is looking super full, really nice. But yeah, from here on out, I'll just let the rest of the pump speak for itself. So enjoy. Mission accomplished, boys. We got her done in just a little over an hour. I do kind of have to scurry home to get ready and put some meals together so I don't go catabolic. But there were a few takeaways from today's training session, or sessions like this in general. So, and this kind of plays off of a couple things that I've mentioned in previous videos. So first off, I had a time limit. I had an hour, not optimal. Now, ideally, we would have enough time to do everything that we wanted in a relaxed state. It's not really relaxed, but you know what I mean. We don't have to worry about anything coming up. But I have a specific goal in mind for each workout. And today, it was 10 sets of chest, 8 sets of side delts. Now, when you have the time constraint of an hour, which that workout can easily be done in that amount of time, which it was, but you really have to stay focused. Your rest times have to be like just right. Like they can't be too short, can't be too long. Because if you're rushed, you might be like, oh, I got to get this next set, but you might not be recovered to hit the weight that you want. And if you want the workout to be effective, you need to rest enough so that you can hit whatever parameters you've set for yourself. Second, it's kind of like when you go into the gym and you have a specific workout routine planned and you walk in and it's just like every machine you wanted to use is being used. So you have to improvise. So you just make do with what you have. Some exercises might take a little bit longer. Like if you like doing single arm, those can take up a bit of time because you're doubling your set duration. If you're doing 12 on one arm, 12 on the other, that's extending the set by twice as long. So, and then it also goes into like talking in between sets. If you talk to your buddies and you get distracted, you're not going to be able to get your workout done, and you're probably going to leave only getting maybe, if you're lucky, half of what you planned on doing. So with that in mind, for me especially, it helps me focus on what do I need to be doing, no distractions, stop dinking around on my phone. I don't need to find the perfect song. Whatever song comes on next is the song that comes on. And you really realize that you don't need those hype songs to get that set. And although the songs can help and they're fun to like kind of, amp yourself up before a set starts, when you have these like obstacles in your way, you really just have to focus on what's important, which is the workout that's right in front of you. So if you struggle with any of these things, focus, resting too long between sets, talking to people in between sets, set a time limit for yourself. Maybe, and set it to a time where you think that you might not be able to get the workout done, but if you really focus, you'll be able to do it. And that way, when somebody comes and talks to you, you can chit chat for 15 or 30 seconds and be like, hey bro, I got to be out of here soon. I got something else afterwards. And that something else could literally be going home and sitting on your couch. But that's none of their business. You're trying to improve. You set the rules for your workout. You don't owe anybody anything when you go into the gym. You're not dissing anyone by saying you're there to focus on your workout, because that's what you're there for. If you're really trying to improve, then we should be trying to focus on the workout itself. And this might be something that I do in specific instances of, at certain points during my cuts and bulks, I tend to get distracted and I kind of get lost in the nothingness that's going on in my mind. And I rest a little bit too long, or I'm scrolling on Instagram or what have you, lost in whatever it is people do these days. So I might just use that as a tool. Not only that, but it's fun to be in the gym, but you got to be in there with a purpose. And the more focused you are, the more you'll get out of it. And when you do have that time constraint, you really got to make those sets count. Like, you don't just want to fly through your sets and you're not focusing on the stretch and squeeze. You're like, I got 1 hour to get in and get out. I'm going to speed up my sets double time. I'm not going to focus on the rep quality. I'm just going to get the reps. Then you're not going to get anything out of the workout. So take that how you will. Learn from all different experiences. You're never going to have an optimal workout every single day. And realistically, I would say 10% of your workouts are just going to be goated. Like that was the greatest W workout I've ever had. So, with that being said, I'm going to get home, get ready for this wedding. I'm going to focus because that's what I got to do. I got like 30 minutes to shower, get these meals together. I might have to do a couple other things. I don't know. But the point is, stay focused, but don't stress yourself out, because you can definitely paralyze yourself if you're just so focused on, like, I have a time limit, like, I don't know if I can do this. You got it, okay? You're going to be okay. You can get the workout in. And if you miss the last movement, if you have to speed up a couple sets towards the end, that's fine. But a bulk of your workout should look the same as a regular workout would. And for those of you that, only have so much time during the day anyway, that just say, what's the point of even trying? Because I only have 30 minutes to work out. And now, I don't know how good of a physique you can build off of just 30-minute workouts. I bet you can build a crazy physique. But if that's all you have, something is better than nothing. You can destroy a muscle in 30 minutes. Like, you wouldn't believe. You just have to actually get into the trenches, find what works for you. It's not going to be perfect on day one. We didn't all have a good split when we first started. At one point, we never even knew how to bench, squat, dumbbell curl correctly. But you learn these things over time, and you got to add things to your arsenal over time if you want to improve as a lifter. And I'm always trying to improve. I'm always trying to find things that are going to make myself better. I'm always trying to work out. Ideally, like, realistically, I want to work out in the most suboptimal conditions possible to really see what I'm made of, and just to see how far I can push myself. Like, I could have easily said, I only have an hour. I'm not going to go to the gym. I'm not going to be able to rest a full 2 minutes between each set. What's the point? It's not going to be as good of a lift. But we clearly saw at the end of the workout, the pump was crazy. I still pushed some good weight. I don't see why people make this so stressful, man. If you only work out on the days that it's perfect, you probably only work out like once a month. Like, who has this schedule that's like so perfect that you can just get a perfect workout in every single day? You know what I mean? So you just got to apply yourself. You might have to think outside the box. That's crazy. I know we're meatheads, and we can only add by 5. We can only add in increments of 45. Bar math is the only math. Macros, calories. We don't really do too well with the other stuff, but the other stuff can help. And it all adds up. Stack the little things on top of each other, Don't throw a workout out the window just because someone was using the preacher curl and I wanted to use it, so there's no point in hitting biceps. I'm going to wait 20 minutes until this high school broccoli head squad is going to get off the preacher curl, and they're all scrolling through their phones. What are you going to do, man? There's obstacles all around you. The biggest obstacle in your life is yourself. Sometimes you got to work around yourself to get where you want to go. So with that being said, have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time.